So January, that was my New Year's resolution, in January 2010, that I'll come home. And by June 1st, 2010, I was on my way on Delta Airlines to Ghana. Got to Kotoka in the air, the fresh air in my face said I was home. I left to pursue education, and really at the time there were university lecturer strikes and resulted in 2 classes having to go to the universities. And so really for some of us who had the opportunity to go outside, we were making space for others to be able to get university admission. I always knew that I was going to school to gather some experience, and at some point I needed to come back home to also come and give back what I had received, basically. But there was no intent in terms of timeline. It was just that, at some point, you two, you'll come back, kind of thing. So I came home, but also thinking that, it was a time that Ghana was really bustling. Like, I don't know, the economy was picking up and things were good. And at the same time, a few years before, there had been the economic crisis in the US. So a lot of people had lost their jobs in the US and came home not because they wanted to, but because they had to. So there were a lot of young professionals once I came home, and we found that we were talking a lot about, coming back home, some of the problems, some of the challenges, some things we wanted to do but didn't know how. The reason I formed Ahaspora was that I had had many conversations with people just like me who had returned home, and it's a difficult place to be. You're a foreigner in your own country. So there seemed to be something that we needed to do to ensure that people would at least stay for a certain duration to be able to give back to society. So I called 12 friends of mine actually, put out the idea that we should form a support network for Ghanaian returnees. Everybody liked the idea, listed a number of things that we could do, and Ahaspora was born. We decided to let it grow organically, but we would have a listserv where people could ask any question under the sun. And the idea there was that if you knew where the pork joint was, it will make your life easier in Ghana. Those kinds of everyday questions. But if you had people who could answer it, then it would make your life a little bit easier. So we started off with 11 people. That year came up to about 50, and today in 2019, we have over 2,000 members on our listserv. We also created a mentorship program as our give back, because I found out that a lot of people wanted to do something, but either were too busy or didn't know how. So when you come together as a group, it makes it easier for people to do. And we've been mentoring high school students for the last 5 years. Challenge has been, first of all, getting people to be consistent in, making it a two-way streak. So you're getting a lot, you're getting jobs, you're getting housing, all of that. How do you also give back to the organization? One thing that is unique about Ahaspora is our connection between the diaspora and those who've never left. There are several diaspora groups, and there are several groups of, Ghanaians doing different things. But we kind of sit in the middle, which has fortunately made us become the go-to organization when it comes to issues of the diaspora, but also understanding people who have returned, who have a relation with diaspora. So that's really exciting, actually. So advice to people coming. I say this all the time, I'll say it again. Come only because you want to. So if you choose to make the journey, which, I feel like at some point everybody should. However, it doesn't have to be a journey that you make for an entire time. You can come for a few years, give back your quota, and always go back. There's no issue there. But make sure that deep down within your soul, there's a purpose for yourself in coming, and that will help the journey to be smoother.